Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Intrepid Dawn. This is your host, the Alpaca, and today we'll be starting our very own space agency, the Alpaca Space Agency. So, without further ado, let's begin. So, I've already gone ahead and created a save game, but I'll just show you what I've done. We'll be creating a normal career save with standard rewards and standard everything, except for I've changed it so that we have resource signal or require signal for control, which means that we actually have to have like satellites and everything in orbit to be able to control our ships, and plasma blackout, so that if we're entering or leaving a planet's atmosphere, we're going to have some stutter. I think that'll add a little bit more interesting scenarios to the game. So let's just jump right in there. Intrepid Dawn, and so one thing that we'll be doing with this playthrough is I want you guys to be able to apply to be astronauts with us. We'll put you on missions. We'll plop you in space stations, research facilities, you name it, you want it, we'll do it. On our Discord, we have I've opened up a new channel for Kerbal Applications. Now, this will allow you to apply to be your own Kerbal in the game. Oh, good morning, everyone. Thank you. Awesome. Glad you enjoy it. So, just as an example, I had posted this yesterday night, and we already had one guy go in and apply. That was Jack, and I've actually gone to the and created Jack Kerman with his specs. He wanted to be a pilot, and his name's Jack Kerman here. He's got the courage rating and the stupidity rating that he wanted. So now Jack is an applicant. We can accept him and send him on missions, and I think that'll be interesting. You can level up in the game automatically for completing more missions. So the higher rank you are, the more effective you'll be. And another thing I think we're going to do is we're going to set up the playthrough so that when we have missions going, like, we're not going to speed up time, but we'll do other things while those things are happening. So let's say we send a rocket up to go to Mars or Duna in the game. Well, we'll have, let's say, Jack flying on his way to Duna, and when we and instead of just speeding along and watching him fly through space, we'll actually cutscene and go back to our space center. And while he's traveling, we can do other missions. We could send somebody to the moon, right? It'd take a lot less time, and then we'll just revisit Jack as he gets closer, and we'll try to maintain as many missions as possible, get everyone involved. I think it'll be a really fun playthrough for everyone. And I'm actually going to be doing this as the Saturday morning stream every Saturday morning. It'll be Kerbal Space Center. You can apply for your Kerbal Knots, join in, and we can also have another subform on the Discord where you can propose a mission for us. So I've written out a mock form for you. You can on that Discord. It's what's it called? What did I call that channel here? Mission proposals. So in there you can, you put your mission name, your mission concept, what kind of science we're going to be doing on that mission, your mission profile, and then we have your objectives. If you have multiple objectives, what are they? What required parts are going to be required for this mission? Does it require a thermometer? Does it require a specific type of engine? You can justify these, and who you want to be on this crew. Do you want to see Jack on the moon, or do you want to see Jack doing something else, or Jebediah, or whomever? And then any other information. Now, if you follow that layout and you post that on our Discord, you'll be able to. It'll be a valid applicant and then we'll pick and choose, obviously within reason, based on what our current resources are in the game. If somebody says, "I'll do a grand world tour," okay, that's great, but maybe we can't afford to do that just yet. So we'll have to hold off and wait for a later on time. But yeah, so I want to get everyone involved in this. I think this is going to be a really fun playthrough for everyone. We'll be doing this stock vanilla game just because I don't want to have issues with longevity and updates. I want to be able to, jump in our save no matter what, and we'll have everyone where they're supposed to be. No corrupting, nothing. Just to make sure everyone maintains whatever their achievements they've kept. But yeah, so that is the plan going forward. So let's just give a shout out to everyone who's been chatting in here. Hades, hello. Epic, glad to see you again. Marius, good morning. Kyrian, please polo ad. Another. Okay. Joby1, hello. Hey. And Epic. Oh, you're Jack Kerman. Perfect. Epic. Awesome. So yeah. Right now, our funds are at 25,000. It's going to cost 65,000 to accept you into the roster. So we'll have to do a mission or two before we can accept your application. But you are there. You're ready to go. So let's get to it. So we have our mission control here. And in mission control, we have, these are all the different contracts that we get stock in the game. So we have gather scientific data from Kerbin. We'll get a bit of money, some research, and some reputation if we transmit a science experiment back to Kerbin. Okay, so that one's a pretty easy one, so we'll accept that one. And we can accept a max of 2, so let's see what we got. Another one. Well, we can launch our first vessel, so that'll be definitely useful. So let's get that one, since we want to launch something. And let's see. So our research here as well, another thing that I will do is the best comment throughout the stream will add you in as a crew who has bad S. So one of the stats that you can modify on your Kerbal is whether or not they're a bad S or not, and it obviously it's a play on words. But the main crew, the Jebediah, Bill, Bob, and Valentina are all bad S, and everyone else usually is defaulted to not bad S. So I will make sure that the best comment in the chat, if you have your Kerbal in there, we'll make sure that we change that to badass, and maybe we'll even work on setting up a different costume for you, a different jumpsuit to differentiate the colors a bit. We have all of our research here, so we don't have any research at the moment, so we're gonna have to do some. But we got some basic rocketry, we got some engineering 101. We'll want to unlock some of these things. We got thermometers, decouplers, we got a new engine. So these are good things that we want to go for. As we get further up, we'll start voting and start kind of trying to pick and choose what will be better for us moving forward. So let's jump into the vehicle assembly building and let's build us our first ship that will allow us to get some money in and get Jack in on the action. So we're not going to be going very far, so let's just get a command pod here. And one thing I've made sure I've added in the game this time, let's see here, zoom in, is I have changed the flag. So now we have the Intrepid Dawn logo, probably use this one, on the side of our ships, right there. Absolutely fantastic. I think that's going to be nice. Hello in chat. I'm sorry, but I cannot pronounce your name. I do not I'm not very familiar with those letters. But hello nonetheless, and I'm glad you're here. Appreciate you. let's see. We have an engine. Okay, we definitely need an engine if we're going to be launching a vessel. So we'll have that there. Let's see what else we got. We don't have very much stuff right now. We're going to have to unlock everything. We got some fins to make sure we're stable, but we don't really have any control. So maybe we'll put some fins on there just to make sure we're going in the right direction. I don't want to be flying all over the place here. All right, so that looks pretty good. What else do we have available for us? Don't really have. Okay, so we got. We definitely want a parachute because we want everyone to survive. That's important. If everyone's investing in their characters, we're going to make sure safety is number one. And you know what? Let's get some science because we are going to need some science. So let's drop this back down to 1, maybe 2. Put the 2 science containers right there on the capsule. And that looks a little non-aerodynamic. So let's just change this up. We'll change the offset so that we can actually cause these to sink right into there. Oh yeah. You know what? That actually looks half bad. Doesn't look half bad. Use the force, Alpaca. Well, may the force ever be equal to your mass times your acceleration. Right? Am I right? I think I'm right. And that is, you know, going to be very key here, as Kerbal is really based on the sciences. As much as it is fun and explosions, it has its roots in science. So we'll make sure the force is always with us, and I'm sure it will be acted upon us in ways we do not want it to be acted upon. So I foresee many explosions in our future. Just hopefully none of our Kerbals die. All right, so we got our science, we have our capsule, we have our parachute, our engine, our control. Glad you like that. And we have our staging set up. So let's see, we want it to launch, then we want to be able to bring our parachute down. Hey Baggins, glad to see you in chat. I'm glad you're watching. Oh no, no spoilers, guys. Guys, this is important. I know this is not a Star Wars stream right now, but I am firm for spoilers. I haven't seen the movie. I'm sure a lot of you probably haven't. It's you know, let's keep the spoilers to an absolute minimum, please. You know, I'm really looking forward to seeing it, and I don't want to have any things. And even joke spoilers, let's keep those down. You know, let's give everyone the opportunity to experience everything for the first time. You know, that joy of seeing it for the first time. Let's give that to somebody else as well. So moving on, we got our parachute staged with our rocket. All right, so let's name this craft. What do you guys think? What do you guys want to call this? So we are the Alpaca Space Agency. So we'll do Alpaca Space Agency, ASA, dash. I guess we'll have this set up as the first ship, so -1. You know what, let's go with Roman numerals. Makes it a little bit nicer. So the ASA-1, I think, well, is our first one. And call it force. Okay, so ASA-1. Let's see. May the force ever be, or not ever be, always be your mass times your acceleration. Boom. All right. Uh-oh, Marius is throwing down his hammer. All right, guys, let's try to keep this on topic. I know the Solo movie was obviously going to be fantastic, or it could have been bad. We don't know. But let's just try to keep this on topic. Keep those spoilers to a minimum. So we got our ship all named up. We got everything sorted out here. So let's save this. I want to save this ship because we might use it again. And you know, it's always good to save your ships. So let's launch. Let's see what we got. Alright, so we let's turn our lights on. Well, actually stay out. We don't need our lights on. let's do a crew report. See what we got. So, the crew report from the launch pad. You record the crew's assessment of the situation. Well, we are on the launch pad, so I say that's successful. So we will transmit that experience, that science back to. Oh, okay. I don't have a communication array, so I can't transmit it back. So we'll just keep it. We'll keep that. And let's do some Mr. Goo. Let's see what the Mr. Goo wants to do from the launch pad here. The goo doesn't seem to be doing much right now. Well, I wouldn't imagine it would. As it's obviously just sitting there, not doing anything. It's not exciting, you know. So the goo doesn't know, or isn't really excited about potentially launching off. It doesn't know what's going to happen yet. All right, so I think that is it. Got Jebediah in our, looks like. Yep, there's Jebediah. So let's make sure we have our controls are on. Everything's good. And yeah, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. And we're off. We're heading up. Okay, let's see how high we can get. We'll just go straight up for now. Now, we don't really have the control to be turning all over the place. Yes, in Kerbal Space Center, there are many mods, but so you could probably find a mod that inputs the Millennium Falcon, but you could theoretically build just about anything you want in the game. You have all the parts. You can plop them together in any kind of shape way. I've seen people build Gundam wings. I've seen people build Star Trek ships, Star Wars ships. I'm not mistaken, I even remember watching one video of a guy who made a Star Destroyer using the parts. Now, if later on in the game we have enough funds to warrant doing something like that, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do an off-stream one day where we just create a sandbox and we just go apeshit with Star Wars builds. But for now, I think we're gonna stick to the efficient ship designs, just so we can get our base going, get people in on their missions, flying around. So we got up Ice and I. Ooh, I almost forgot. Let's observe this mystery goo. All right, so you guys are gonna have to try and remind me of things like that. So the goo jiggles and wobbles as the craft flies. All right, parachute's opening up, and we are landing. Hello, Rob. Welcome. Oh yeah, and almost forgot. Make sure if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Tim appreciates it, and it helps out our channel immensely. And also remember to join our Discord server. The link will be in the comment sections, or you can talk to or ask Baggins in chat. I can post the link myself later on if need be. So that way you guys can apply to be your own Kerbalnaut and put forward missions for us to do. Yes, Baggins, definitely. We will make sure that that missions that we will do big. But we also don't want to die. We don't want to kill the people are applying, the positions people are applying for. So, oh, Rob, oh God, congrats! So you can play along with us or against us. Maybe you are, maybe you guys are evil compared to us, or maybe we're the evil. So we've successfully landed our first mission. That's fantastic. So let's, can we do another? Can we do an EVA? Yes, we can. All right, so let's take our science and we can store it again. So this kind of puts it from the active files into the data bank. So if I enter the game or enter the capsule again, I can do another crew report, which we should probably do. So let's do an EVA report. Don't really think the spacesuit was entirely necessary to get here, wasn't it? No, I don't believe so, but you never know, right? This could be just a mirror universe. We don't know, and that's what we're here to find out. Science, you know. So let's board the ship again, and we're going to do another crew report just to see So we are still on the launch pad. I don't think we'll be able to keep this one, but we'll see how it works. And yeah, I guess that is it for this one. So let's see what we got. We got the world's first milestone. So we managed to break a speed record of 25 meters per second. We've launched our first vessel. We actually got even faster, 80 meters per second. We got a 500 meters in the sky, a 250 meters per second. That's pretty good. 2,000, 7,000, 7,000 meters. That's a nice one. And then we did our EVA. So awesome. That's awesome. We've achieved our goal of launching our first vessel, so that's always good. And we got all the so it's a very nominal launch. Can't complain with this. So let's recover the vessel. Make sure all that science is put to good use. Oh, and look at this. We got 28 science just from that mission alone. That was great. The mystery goo while flying at Kerbin gave us a lot. Same for surviving the flight, which is really good. We got all of our money back because we recovered really close to the launch pad, so that gave us more money back. So now we got tons of funds, and our crew gained 1 experience. So he's ready for the next assignment. So that's Jebediah. All right. So now we have enough cash that we can actually go to the applicants, and accept our man Jack in here. So here we go. So, all right. So we have our active Kerbals max 5. I might have to mod that to make this a little bit bigger for everyone, so that they can, so everyone can be a part of this. And I might just do it so that instead of having to pay for each applicant, we just instantly put them in. Because I'm hoping a lot of you guys will be applying to be Kerbals, and we just will not have the funds to be able to support that. So I'll just add them in automatically. So yeah, so there we go. Jack Kerman, you are ready to go. Yeah, well, you know what? Either go big or you go home. That is really where it stands. So, if you want to become a Kerbal, and I'll say this again, you join our Discord server. On our Discord, underneath the Kerbal heading, we have 2 new channels that I've opened up. We have the Kerbalnaut application, where you can apply to become your very own Kerbal, just like Epic, who just created his Jack Herman. And we also have the mission proposal channel, where you can propose missions that can be selected depending on our resources and our ability to do anything in the game, to put forth missions for us to do later on. So please go on there, post, message it, let me know, and we'll get you in game for the next stream. So now that we've got that, let's take a look at our research and development. So we have tons of science to use up. Let's take a look. We got rocketry and engineering 101. Well, I'm not going to make anyone vote on those because those are definitely, we need to get both of these. So we're down to 18.9 science left. Got 20 there. We can get 18 there, 15. So we have stability, which we can get a nose cone, a winglet, and a radial decoupler. So a decoupler that decouples on the side of a ship. That's not that bad. That's pretty useful. I like that one. I'm not too worried about the aerodynamic nose cone or the winglet just yet. Let's see what we got. We have survivability. So we got heat shields. We got a barometer, radiator panel to distribute some of the heat. We got landing struts, more parachutes. Okay, and a service bay. I'm really thinking that we should go with this one. What do you guys think? Let's hear in the chat. Survivability. It's looking like we could use that as a better option right now. But if people are really interested in getting that radial decoupler, then by all means, I guess we'll throw in the third section. We can just choose not to purchase either, and wait for the general rocketry, so we get 1 more rocket size. Okay, we got 2 for survivability. Anyone else? Anyone else? Just Yeah, okay. All right, perfect. So we'll do this. We'll get those pieces. Awesome. No, you know, Liam, not fret. You're on as time as you need. I'm glad you have made the time to join us, so that's all that's important. So we've got all those different parts. Let's take a look at our missions here. So we got observational surveys of Kerbin. Uh, they they tend to give a lot of funds, but they can be difficult to complete. You have to actually hit like this really specific area, and I've never really been able to do them that well. So I'm gonna ignore the observational ones. We can escape the atmosphere. That's another one, a big one that we can do. We can test a decoupler landed at Kerman. I think that one's pretty easy. So let's do this one. And so we haul a swivel engine to orbit and a flea engine to light above Kerman. So these ones are kind of difficult too, at least right now, because we have to hit a specific range of altitude. It has to be between 42,000 and 45,000 meters. But we also have to be, while we're in that range, going at a specific speed. It's just a little difficult to complete right now, especially since we don't have very many parts to work with. I'm not going to focus on these ones just yet, and they're not as fun as things as some of the other stuff. So maybe we'll try to escape the atmosphere. We'll try that, and in the process we'll get a bit more science. Thank you, Rob. I will make sure you have been vetted and in the astronaut complex for the next stream. I have to reload the game after I've input all the different postings, so I don't want to have to do that midstream. But we will make sure that everyone who posts today will be in for next Saturday. And every Saturday morning with the Alpaca, we will be doing the Kerbal. This will be an ongoing stream. I think this was the biggest hit for everyone, and you know, I truly enjoy this game. It's a fantastic game. We get the sci-fi, we get the just the hilariousness of explosions and whatnot, but we also have some science and some learning. So it gives a nice well-rounded mix. So okay, so we got our missions, we got Jack accepted, got our research, so we only have to just build our new ship. There aren't so much droid assistance. Well, you know what? Yes, there are actually. We don't. Oh, excuse me. We don't have any research right now, so I will show you. Where is it? In basic science, miniaturization. Where is this? Where is this? Unmanned tech. So we can get like this guy right here. It's a robotic control. It's warning, may contain traces of sentience. I like that. So this is this is one of the models. This is another one too. It's a cube, and they are just unmanned vehicles. They'll control the ship instead of us. Yes, and we can also learn to fly rockets in real life. Yes, we can. Your dad says all online games are bad. I don't know. This one's gonna teach you something. It's gonna, you know, right? Education is number one, right? That and explosions. It's quick number two. So our goals right now are to escape the atmosphere. So we're going to need a little bit more power. We only got about 7,000 meters to the air on the last launch. So we're going to need a little bit more power here. So we could optionally go with a liquid fuel engine, which I don't think we have the fuel tanks for it, and I've never been a big fan of stacking like 1,000 of the small ones. So we'll not do that, but we will upgrade ours to the larger stack, and we'll see how far we go with this. Let's get our wings back on there so we have some stability. There we go. Let's see what else we got. So we can change to the Orion module. So maybe let's take a look at that and see how that looks. We got the Orion module. I don't know. Not too bad. It is an onion. It is the onion module. Oh, it's onion! Oh my goodness. I read that as Orion. I guess I melded in re-entry module in with that. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate that. But yes, okay, so it's an onion. Many layers to the game. Hopefully it doesn't make us all cry. So you know what? Let's go with the onion. Let's go with onion this time. Let's change this up a little bit. So let's get rid of that capsule. We'll create the onion. Plop that there. Oh, okay, this looks awesome. And you know what? We'll have 3? No, let's go back to 2. We'll rotate these guys around. There we go. Plop them like that. And sink these guys in. Right there. There we go, a bit more aerodynamic. Not too bad. We could add a few small tanks and use the hammer as the first stage. Yes, we can. The only problem is the control. That's the thing I'm worried about. I really don't want to be flying off in every direction. And if we don't have enough control, we're gonna be all over the place. So, you know what? Let's take a look. Let's see what we can do here. Ooh, good question, Epic. You know, I think I have full faith in NASA and their ability to pull off what they've done. I mean, you think about it, right? Like, look at all the things that they've done for us so far, right? They got us to the moon. They successfully did. I mean, the Saturn V is a beautiful rock, and it always has been and always will be. But you also have to think of just, you know, like, private funding is far superior to the government spending, just because the government isn't spending nearly enough as required. So I believe that SpaceX will most likely get there first, but I think NASA will do it better. And there's like, only because they have the experience, the backing, right? They have they know what they were doing. They've done things so well. They've got that experience. So
your destiny lies with me, Skywalker.
But you know what? I'm interested to find out. You know, I don't care who gets us to Mars or continues our space exploration. I really just want there to continue a space exploration, right? Like, our future's out there. So whoever gets us there, they're good in my books. So I put on a communitron on the side here, just so that we have a bit more control and we can transmit some of this stuff back without actually having to land. Let's put on a temperature sensor. You know, we wanna find out how hot space is. And we'll put 2 on, stack them on either side. Actually, probably just duplicate them up here. Oop, there it is. And then we'll do a pressure sensor too. Let's get as much science as we can on this. Yeah, there we go. And I've never liked things sticking off like that, so let's just suck them back in there. There we go. Yes, Rob, I completely agree. The Soyuz capsule, the onion here, I mean, it adds so much to the game. It's really nice. Everything they've been doing is fantastic for the game. So we got our barometer sensor, we got our temperature sensor, we got our communication array. We have 2 mystery goos. We got our rocket. Not too bad. You know what? I'm gonna agree with Rob on this one. I think we should put a second stage. I want to get higher. I want to be able to break orbit. So let's take a look. Let's get a few liquid fuel tanks on there. We got 3. I think that should be pretty good. And a little engine. There we go. And then we will we'll put our coupler. And then we got our first stage. There we go. All right, so we're gonna add in an extra wing. So we have 4. Help hopefully stabilize everything a little bit better. Let's see what we got. So far we have restrictions too, based on the size of our facilities. We're gonna have to, put money back into our facility to go forward. So right now at the bottom here, you can see we have 19 out of 30 parts. So we only have a maximum of 30 parts to use in any one ship before we can launch it until we upgrade stuff. And we have maximum heights and weights, and so far everything we are under. So this is good. Oh, perfect, Hades. Glad you could apply. As I said, we'll make sure that everyone gets in who applies for next stream, next Saturday. Same time, same place. We should open one mystery goo before, one mid, and one at the end. You are absolutely correct. We've already done the one on the launch site, so we don't have to worry about that one anymore. Can I rotate the case? What do you mean the case? Could you better describe? Like, did you want me to turn the camera slightly? Is that what you wanted? But yeah, so I've already done the scan on the ground, so I don't need to do goo there anymore. But we will check our staging. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate that. All right, so we want to launch off with our solid rocket booster first. Then we want to decouple, so that's good. We want to fire our next stage, and then we want to decouple that, and then just launch the parachute down with the onion. Perfect. All right, so our staging's good. Yeah, well, I will put it this way. The people from the last stream will still be in if they've survived. If something happens, they will die. There's going to be a delay time, so like probably like maybe a stream or two, and then they will, for medical reasons, to rebuild them, and then we'll re-accept them back in. So yes, once you've created your character, even if they die, we'll try to remake them, and they should regain their experience, retain their experience, but I'm not 100% sure. I haven't really tested that out yet. So, but either way, the names, we'll make sure that if somebody dies, we'll get them back in the game. All right, perfect. Adaptable Reuben. Yes, we are missing. Well, you know what? There's two things here. I'll try not to. You know what? Let's actually let's get Jebediah out of here, and let's get Jack on this one. Jack is going to take us to orbit. There he is. So Jack, you're the pilot for this mission. We're going to get you up into orbit. Yes, yeah, for example, look, watch, see, Jack is right now, he's going to be doing this mission. Right now it's just to get out into the orbit, but turn the degrees of the bodies 75, 80, and 65. Yes, I can. I can grab it. Oh, wrong. I can grab it, and then I can rotate. See? So, I mean, everything is pretty symmetrical right now. The onion looks a little off, but should be fine. Only thing is, I guess I should have figured out which way was which, but either way. Yes, the only other thing that we should do is we need to change the name. So this is the Alpaca Space Agency 2, and we'll keep that same description, but we'll add in. So this will mark the first flight or first mission for Jack Kerman. Make sure I got that right. Oh, Kerman, not Kermin. Kerman. Should have known that. There we go. There we go. So now we save this so we can use it for later if we need to. Oh, Rob, that's... No. No. All right, so I think we are good. I think we've established everything. So let's launch. All right, Jack, you will be flying this, so all hands are in, or all of our lives are in your, or I guess it's just your life that's in your own hands right now. Ah, don't you fret, Dark. We'll have more boosters. But we're trying to be a little conservative too, because this is a career one. We can't afford to spend all of our money on boosters. So let's we'll do we'll do moderate increase or modest increases. Yes. All right. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. All right. We are launching. So far, we have a stable climb. Everything's looking good. We should probably do a log some pressure. Let's log some temperature. And we've already done the goo. Okay, so first stage is complete. Jettisoning. Okay, and whoop, we are spinning around. Oh my goodness. Oh my. We're going all over the place here. I guess we need more wings on the top part. There we go. Stabilized. Stabilized. We're still good. We're still good. Oh, I'm all over the place here. Oh. Okay, let's turn this down. Whew. All right. Control surfaces definitely needed next time. No, we're good. We're good. Hang on. Oh, I think it's the fact that the onion is just so unwieldy round that it just wants to spin on us. Yeah, I think it's just a bit too heavy on the tip of the nose there. All right, let's just keep trying. All right, well, I'm out of fuel. We are still alive, so let's just jettison the remaining part. There we go. There it goes off. Now, let's take a look here. We got Observe Mystery Goo. So we haven't really got anything new on that one. We'll take that, though. And let's try to get some more temperature, log temperature. We recorded the temperature from way up here. And pressure, log pressure. Oh, we've already done that one. So we got to log the other one. Probably put these on actions. Log pressure data. Yeah, I think that pod is what was the issue. So we'll probably revert back to the old pod, just so that we don't have this happen again. But no, you know what? It was yeah. We'll definitely put some more stabilizers. Oh, the second stage just flew by. Yikes. Hopefully we don't crash into anything. So far we are looking good. We are landing. Or heading down. Probably launch our chute right now. Yeah, we're going at about a stable speed. So let's pop the chute. Let's take a look. We're inside. Oh, just all the odometers are spinning. Barely see outside. You don't even have a good view. Hold on. As much as okay, we got another one below us. Interesting. All right. So we'll be in a different place once we land. So hopefully the goo different there, and we can see how that being near the water will affect the goo. I mean, every mission we're going to be learning something new. So as long as our guys don't die, and I think it's just a nice learning experience. So we know that the Onion needs a lot more stabilization, or at least a bigger ship to accommodate that heavy nose. Well, I would, but if we roll into the water, we might lose some of these sensors as we roll. Just increasing the speed just to drop this back down onto the surface quicker, since the parachute is slowing us down nicely. Oh, Dark, you know what? I can't even start to describe all the things they've changed. Your best bet is really just to jump in and see it. But the game is smooth. It's 64. It takes care of a 64-bit program now. It utilizes all your RAM, so you're not just kind of floating around in lag. They've added tons of new parts. They've added reskin things. They've added new research and enhanced all like just everything. So yes, we've survived the mystery goo observation from Kerbal Shores. The goo accumulates near the water-facing side of the container. Aha. All right, that's interesting. Let's keep that experiment. Can we do an EVA? Yes. So Jack, you are now on the outside of your ship. Do a crew report, or sorry, an EVA report. Still don't think the spacesuit was entirely necessary, but you know what? It's a learning experience. I'd rather have it than not. So let's enter in crew report. All right. So I think got everything. So let's recover our space ship. You're playing KSP. What should you do, Rob? Oh, I don't know. I mean, there's so much to do. How about you try to get to the moon? All right, so we have, for this one, we've accumulated 23.3 science. So now we've totaled up at 29 science. That's fantastic. We got a lot of things. The pressure, lots of science from that. You can see there. We got lots of science from temperature scan while over the shores. This is fantastic. We got a lot of the funds back from recovered parts, so that's good. And then yes, Jack has increased in experience. Congratulations, Jack. Well, Rob, clearly, Elu or dress has to be your next choice. All right. So let's see here. So first off, let's go to research and development. So we have 29.2 research to spend. So we could either we can save it and go for basic science, where we get our first unmanned controller, a battery, the Science Junior, an experimental storage unit where we can store experiments, another radiator panels, and another antenna. So that's interesting. We could do flight control, which, as we've seen, might be a bit more adequate for what we need. So we got winglets. So these ones have control surfaces. They actually move. We have a reaction wheel, which is very useful. And then we have the KV-2P reentry module. Interesting. So we have those. So that might be a bit better. Or we can buy right now the stability parts, which gives us just a nose cone and a winglet, a radial decoupler, or we could go for a larger engine, a larger solid rocket booster, and a larger fuel tank. So, you guys, what do you guys think? Should we spend it on rocketry, stability, or save it for flight control or basic science? Got those 4 options there. Ah, good to know. So before we get that stay Putnik, we might want to go for flight control to be able to get that reaction wheel. All right, we got 2 votes for rocketry. All right, so thinking rocketry is where we're going to go. So let's buy that. Indeed. Thank you, Dark. We will try to do that. The last one obviously went all over the place. So hopefully we'll do a better job this time. So we researched that. Let's go to mission control and take a look. So we got a bunch of observational ones again. We have swivel, we have flee. Oh, we still have our active our missions. We didn't actually complete anything. Oh, that was my bad. So let's take a look back at the vehicle assembly building. First things first, let's get rid of this onion. Oop, there we go, and we bring back our old one. We're going to need another decoupler there because this guy doesn't have it. I think we should put all the science in this lovely little science service bay. What do you guys think? Just to make everything nice, neat, and clean. And not have it all over our ship. Let's see here. Actually, I want to get rid of that. This there. Pop that there. There we go. Hey, Chef. Glad to see you. We're just doing Kerbal Space Center at the moment. Let's see. Okay, so we got those bigger boosters. We got the swivel. We have the Reliant. Which one are we using right now? Is it the, is this the Reliant? No, this was the swivel. Okay, so that's the one we want. Because that will allow us to, it has the vectoring range. What message there, Epic? Oh, never mind. Okay, so we got that. What else do we want? We should probably put that heat shield on just as a formality. Now, I don't want to accidentally do anything bad. So we'll get that there. Let's put our safety stuff back on, and we can actually get rid of these 3 fuel tanks and swap out to these 2. That looks a little bit better. Got a little bit more fuel now because each one of these is worth 2 of the small ones. So we'll actually have double the amount of fuel. Or we'll have the same amount of fuel plus a quarter. Now let's get all that science back on. So that there. I think our parachutes were pretty fine. We don't need anything major yet. We definitely need the goo. Let's get that goo to space, guys. So we get the goo there. Get the barometers. Get the goo down a little bit. Put the barometers right there. And we'll get the thermometers as well. I think. Put 1 thermometer there. Barometer should go there. Yeah, there we go. That looks a bit better. Change these up. Make sure they're all nice and snug onto our ship there. More aerodynamic. You know what? We can try that for the next one there, Hades. That's not a problem at all. That in. Maybe bring that up a bit. Looks a little bit nicer. And let's bring that temperature down. I don't know why they have it. It's like on this little like rail on the side of it. There we go. I like my things looking a little bit more aerodynamic, so I think that should be good. All right. Well, let's take a quick look right through everything. Make sure we're not missing anything we want to add. So we got our new fuel tanks. We can't really do anything with that engine. I'm not 100% comfortable putting the huge booster underneath. At least until we got that got ourselves more stable. That's just a little bit too high for me right now. We don't need the segment. Got all the decouplers we need. Don't really need the service bay. We got all that. Got oh yes, our Communitron. Well, Epic. It's definitely possible. We'll just have to make sure that we have our funds and our research up to par to be able to do something like that. Though one thing we could do is maybe at like at the end of a stream, we could quickly jump into a custom sandbox game and just quickly build one up, just as a little end thing outside of this, so we're not wasting resources building building things that aren't going to be efficient for us. So that's an option. Stick that Communitron there. Yeah, that looks pretty good, I think. All right. Science is all good. Parachutes are good. So let's check our staging. We got our solid state, our decoupler, we have our engine, and aha. So we wanted to couple this and then throw the parachute out. Giving idea missions. Would the pilot be the person who gave the idea, granted that there are pilot, or to be allowed to say who the pilot is? So Hades, if you're posting a mission in the mission posting section, you can choose if so we have right now our crew, we have Bill, Bob, Valentina, Jack, and Jebediah. So you could choose just to either have a pilot if you think a pilot is required, so like specifically a pilot skilled character, or you could actually choose one of our pilots, so either Jeb, Valentina, or Jack. So you can name them by name, or you can just state the fact that they're a pilot. And then, or if you think a scientist or an engineer is needed, you can name that as well. Maybe you could also just specify, hey, I want a crew member, or I want it unmanned. But you don't have to specify anything, and then we'll pick somebody at random in in that stream if we're doing that mission. So I mean, a lot of those options are just more guidelines, just to kind of flesh it out, give a better idea of what the person wants for their mission, so we can best find a way to achieve it. So I think Jack should relax for a little bit. He did some good job there. So maybe let's get Valentina in there. We can get her leveled up a little bit, some experience, and we'll see how that goes. So yes, Shav, I completely agree. Jeb has to survive no matter what, right? He is the hero. He is the leader. If anything, I should almost I change his name, Jebediah Alpaca Kermit, just because, right? He's our Lord and Savior, just as I am. Hey, Kairu. Glad you could make it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. All right, so let's change the name. So we got the ASA, Alpaca Space Agency 3. May the Force always be your mass times your acceleration. And this will mark the first mission for Jack Kerwin. Okay, we can get rid of that since we aren't doing that. So yeah, I think this is good. So we'll save that. We're still within range. Pretty good. All right, so I think we are, double check our crew. So we got Valentina in there. All right, launch. Okay, so, oh yeah, I forgot. We actually have to complete that one objective. So we have escaped the atmosphere. We can test a decoupler at Kermit. I forgot to add it. We're supposed to add one to the bottom. So we'll do that next one. All right, but let's make sure we escape the atmosphere. So that we want to launch. We want to get up a little bit. We want to start angling out so that we arc over the water and then splash down this term. So we have all of our. We didn't do a temperature sensor of the launch pad or a barometric pressure of the launch pad. So let's get those this time. Crew report should be fine. All right. Yep. Okay, Shav, count us down. 5. Going, Shav. Let's finish this up. No, no, you're not going to count down. T minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. All right, everything's going well. We are going up nice and straight. All right, we're 1,000 meters going. We're about half fuel. That's going there. Yeah, okay. So far, so good. As soon as we get out of this first stage, we'll drop that stage off. We'll engage the second stage. And yeah, we'll start arching ourselves a little bit. Ooh, 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 ooh. There we go. There we go. All right, we're doing better. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so having this this capsule instead of the onion is definitely helping our maneuverability here. Yep. Ooh, ooh. All right, look at that. We're going so fast. We're a little on fire. Mach 2, yeah. All right, so let's see what we got. How high did we get? 90,000 meters. Nice. So that's our apoapsis. That's the highest point in our orbit, which is opposite of the periapsis, which is the lowest point in our orbit. Now, since we're not orbiting, our periapsis is actually below the surface of the planet. So if we were to orbit here, our periapsis would be in and around here. It is already an hour into the stream. Well, we normally go for 2 hours. Yeah, exactly. I forgot about the sticky keys. So I'll have to disable that for the next one. But yeah, so normally we do about 2 hours. You're not required to stick around for the whole time, but it's always fantastic, and I'd love everyone to be able to participate for the whole time. We want to get as much done as we can, so I think we're doing well, considering we've finally broken the atmosphere in 3,000 meters. So we're doing well. We got contract complete. We've escaped the atmosphere. We've also achieved the goal for that. Gathered scientific data from Kerbal. Achieved that goal. World firsts. We got a whole whack of stuff. Broken land speed records. Splashed in the ocean. Look at all that stuff. Tons of stuff. Check so we've escaped the atmosphere. That goal's done. We'll do the testing that decoupler in the next mission. Niminati rush. That was hilarious last time when that happened. All right, so we are in space. So let's observe the mystery goo. So the goo seems to have clumped into a sphere, and it has also become quite brittle. Right, I guess it doesn't really like the cold. So that one is not. This one over here, log the pressure. So the instrument reads 0. It's as if we are in a vacuum. Dang. Log temperature, collected and recorded temperature data from the environment. All right, so we've recorded that. Let's do a crew report. So it seems we are very much in space right now. The sky seems to be mostly below us. All right, so let's keep that experiment. And we are slowly decreasing in speed. Our pilot, Valentina, looks absolutely ecstatic, very happy. And yeah, so he looks like we're going to be landing in the ocean too, so we'll get that wish completed. Who is that? Who is the one saying that we splash into the sea? Hades, yes, so we will be getting that for you, Hades. Glad. Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to disembark from the planet, from the ship yet. We have to unlock that by upgrading the astronaut complex. But as soon as we do, we will make sure we get some EVAs sorted out so we can start exploring space personally. All right, well, since we're entering the atmosphere again, we should eject the lower portion of our ship. We also want to disengage all of our control, just because we want the atmosphere to kind of direct us. And that's going to give us the best chance of surviving the entry process. Probably just slow that down just a little bit. So we have our heat shield. This will definitely help. And there goes our first stage or second stage. It did us well, kept us en route. So we hope it survives, but don't think we'll ever see it again. All right, so we're getting into the top of the atmosphere, stratosphere there. Yeah, the plasma trails are starting to come up, so we're going to disengage the safeties, and you can see we're actually getting pushed in that direction. And one thing that space re-entry happened was that Saturns, they actually rotate as they were falling in, and as they were doing that, what happened was the friction, one, slowed the ship down better, but it also even the temperature out all across the vessel, that there wouldn't be a hot spot building up. So we're slowing down nicely here. Another thing that was also done is that we, or in the space shuttles, was that they created like these little S patterns as they were flying in that helped do the drag. That was a little bit much. So we're doing that, kind of wobbling all over the place. The atmospheric pressure on the ship is causing us to slow down. So our vertical or our horizontal velocity is next to 0, where it looks like we're just about dropping straight down now. And let's launch that parachute. We want to survive the landing here. So far, so good. All right. Should be opening up the parachute any second now. There it goes. Perfect, and we even stayed within our G-force range. So we didn't have chances to black out. Fantastic. So let's speed up time a bit so we can get down into the water nice and quick. All right, slow back down again and splash down. Congratulations, everyone. Valentina Tereshkovka has successfully broken the atmosphere and returned to Kerbin safely. Let's observe the mystery goo in the water. The goo escapes into the water. Oh no, that's not good. Hopefully it doesn't come back to in anger. We'll do an EVA. We will take all of our data and we'll store that so we can do another crew report. We'll do an EVA report here. So I don't think the spacesuit was entirely necessary to get here. No, it probably wasn't, but it is keeping us from getting wet. So we'll do that. We'll reboard the ship. We'll do another crew report since we're in the water now. We've assessed the situation. And yeah, I think that is good. We've got all of our science completed. We've completed our mission. Got a new milestone. So a land distance record of 100 kilometers. Fantastic. We're so far away from Kerbal Space Center right now. So let's recover this vessel and make our way back and see what we've gained. 58.2 science. Wow, that is fantastic. Got 10 science for being in space near Kerbin. Got 8 for that temperature scan while we were in orbit. 12. Wow, our best one yet. Atmospheric pressure while in space near Kerbin. These are absolutely fantastic results. So much science gained. Our parts, we've got everything refunded. We're up to 200,000 funds, so that's fantastic as well. So we're going to be able to fund stuff, and Valentina gained an experience point. Awesome across the board. Well, it wasn't actually the solid rocket booster that was out of control there, Andy. It was the fact that we had the liquid booster. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, yawning. My coffee's wearing off. It was the second stage that was the issue. the length of the rocket and the minimal weight of the liquid booster was not enough to counteract the massive heavy capsule of the Onion, especially without any aerodynamic nature to it. Being a sphere, it was just causing us to wobble all over the place. We needed to add more wings near the back of that stage to compensate, as the vectoring just wasn't enough. Oh, bye, Adaptable. I'm glad you were able to. Oh wait, no. Is it Ruben? Who's saying bye? I'm lost here. Oh yes, Adaptable Ruben. Thank you for being here with us. Hope you enjoyed everything, and we'll see you hopefully next week, Saturday morning. Okay, so moving on. So we've got all those things done. Check out mission control. Let's go back to research and development. So now we got 83 science to work with here. So we can basically accept anything in this third tier here. We could get stability too. We don't have enough to do anything in the next tier, so that's fine though. So we have stability again, which gives us our radial adapter, nose cone, and a small little winglet. Choose to do that one and just get that second tier, second tier done, which will allow us to lead into space plane parts. Though that is not prudent to what we're doing just yet, it could be fun. Alternatively, we could get advanced rocketry. So we got a larger fuel tanks, an adapter, some liquid fuel engines, the radial to me, and a small Terrier liquid fuel engine. That's probably for an upper stage. Looks pretty good. We got general construction. So we got a crew cabin. We can bring more people into space at any one time. We have more decouplers, structural fuselage, just structural stuff, and we also a launch stability enhancer as our ships get bigger. We're going to need that to be able to keep it upright before we launch. We also have flight control, which will give us a new re-entry module, and two winglets and a reaction control wheel to keep us steady. That'll definitely help out for any unmanned vehicles or really unbalanced second stages. And then we have basic science, which gives us the batteries, a few more science pieces, and a new antenna. So there's that. This might be, in my opinion, one of the larger things that we might want to get, just because we're going to need more science to be able to get enough stuff to make it to the moon. But then again, we do want that structural support, stability support for our ships. We could probably do off with general construction just yet, but advanced rocketry, having that smaller engine for the upper stage, is also going to be useful too. So I'll put it to you guys. What do you guys think? Name the one you want, and we will research it. We can afford to do only one or one and stability. So let me know what you guys want. We'll go. So we got basic science, flight control, stability, general construction, advanced rocketry, and if we wanted aviation, we'd have to get stability first. Science and stability, science or stability. Okay, so we will do stability and science, since we can afford both. So we'll buy the science, and we will buy the stability. So that is good. All right, so we got both of those done. So this unlocks 4 more trees here. We got the aviation that gives us all the space plane parts. We've also unlocked space exploration, so a hitchhiker storage container, which is another crew storage unit for bringing up more people into space. We got some rover wheels, so we could potentially make a rover to land on a planet. A mobility enhancer. I'm pretty sure that's just a ladder, but maybe they know something we don't. Miniaturization. So we have smaller parts for smaller ships, possibly probes, impactors, rovers, or anything like that, couplers, adapters, docking ports. So that's interesting. And then we have electronics. So we got a new controller there, photos panels. That's good. Photovoltaic panels, batteries, thermals, and some lights. So that's actually not too bad. Specifically, the photovoltaic panels. That's going to be good and useful if we're going on a long journey. You know what, Kairu? I'm not overly great with space planes. I'm not too bad, but I'm not great. It will definitely be a learning experience for everyone. Okay, so people are aiming for aviation as the next one, so we'll probably aim for that then. So going back, let's do mission control. Take a look. Yeah, so we got all those observational ones, which we're not going to do just yet. We could ferry 3 tourists safely to the destination and back, but we don't really have anything to accommodate those people yet. So let's see. We can bring the swivel liquid engine into flight above Kerbin. The only problem is we'd have to test it at that height, so it just makes it going to make it a little bit more difficult. So we are using that for that, and then the flea. Oh, this is just haul it. We just have to bring it. That's actually, we could do that. We only have to bring it into orbit. We don't actually have to test it. So we could do that, and since we already have that engine, it kind of works out. So you know what? Let's do this one. We'll accept that contract, and we'll also complete that other contract that we've been working on. So let's see here. So we have our swivel, we have all of that. We want to... Anything else we want to add in to make this a little bit more easier on us? Not seeing anything will make this better or worse. We could do the Science Junior to get us more science. Though we do want to... we don't want to change the weight too much because we want to get that swivel up into the right size. So we'll focus on that one. Got those. Okay, so the only thing left that I want to add to this is we'll put that decoupler on the bottom here. And in fact, so what we'll do is we'll also just decrease the force. So this is a kind of a little way we're gonna pop that decoupler off when we're on the launch pad, and that will just as we launch. So we'll actually put these together, and that will complete our mission for us. That is true. That is true. Though the only problem is we only have 2 missions available for us. So that one test part, as much as it's nice, we already have it, and it's using up one of our mission slots. So I kind of want to get rid of that slot. And but yes, definitely Dark. That is a very good idea. So Shav says we need more fins, and you know what? I'm gonna tend to agree. So let's get those extra fins up top. Because that was where we were having issues. Just there. Let's just equal this out so it looks good. Okay, I think that's a bit better. Decrease the force, Luke. Yes. Decrease the force. Well, we're going to have to decrease mass or our acceleration. So, since we can't really decrease our mass, since we just added more to it, we're going to have to get high. Up into the atmosphere to decrease that acceleration. And then our force will be decreased. All right, so we got that decoupler. We got the test engine for the swivel. Okay, so this looks good. So this one will be the AS. I guess this is technically the same vessel. We aren't really making much modifications to it, so let's just change this to 3A. So this will be our test vessel. It's no radical changes, it's just a minor adapt for that, so we'll keep that like that. We'll save this one. Staging is still good. And now we launch. Oh wait, no, we need crew. So who are we gonna put in this one? we don't really need, like right now, our pilots aren't really doing much for us. They don't, once they get to level 1, they'll be able to do stability assist. Um, so you know what, let's get Bob in there. He's an engineer. We're just testing parts, so I think he's going to be best suited for what we need. And yes, javelin missile, fantastic. Yeah, we do look like that. You know, it works out because it effectively we could end up the same way as the mission. I would send up Jeb, but he's already been on a plane, and I want to get that experience for everyone. So I think Bill would be the best one right now. The engineer, since we're doing part pieces, that engineer is going to be useful. Maybe not physically, but role play wise, he's going to be a little bit more. So let's launch that. Let's see where we. Okay, let's open this up so that we can see. So we have our decoupler. So perform the test, activate the part through the staging sequence when all test conditions are met. Well, they're currently met, so as soon as we activate, that that decoupler will work. So let's do that right now. T minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so we've completed that one. Fantastic. So now we have to get into the proper altitude and speed for that swivel engine. We're just gonna go straight up, yeah. And try to get ourselves as high as we can first. We'll go slow, just enough to increase speed, but just so we can get into that range. I don't wanna be pushing this one too hard because one, we don't really have a good pilot with us, and two, our main goal is just to complete this task. So let's see how this is going. So we're good. We're still accelerating. We are at 12,000 meters per second. Okay, so we're doing well. Getting there. Trying to keep this thing stable. All right, so I'm going to decrease the engine a bit because we are in the speed range now. It's just a matter of getting high enough, and I don't want to waste all of our fuel and start slowing down. So I want to keep kind of staying within this speed range. Even though I'm decreasing it, I'm still accelerating, and it's because the higher we go, the less force is being acted upon us. So we don't need as much power to maintain our speeds. So I'm going to actually cut the engine a bit. Go in here. All right. Maintaining 500 meters per second orbit. And we are almost there. Almost there. Completed. Fantastic, guys. Awesome. All right, so let's increase the speed. Let's try to get another. Actually, let's turn it around a bit. There we go. We've run out of fuel. Well, that's okay. We'll jettison that second part. This is fantastic, actually. Those fins really worked out well. They kept us right on track, even with an adequate pilot, no pilot, in fact. So that was a definite modification that we. Fantastic with that. Let's take a look at where we are. So we are floating above. Oh, we got an island airfield. Okay, so maybe we'll check that out at some point. We haven't broken orbit. We're still in high altitude. Let's observe our goo. Getting cold. Let's check out the temperature. Temperature, okay, so we got that, and we're going to check the pressure up here before we get into orbit. Oh, no. Okay, so we just broke the atmosphere. We'll have to wait until we get back down a little bit to test that barometer in a new environment, since we never really tested in high Earth or high Kerbal orbit. we'll do that next. We'll have to wait to get back down. So just as a reminder, as we wait, we have the 2 new chat channels in the Discord of Intrepid Dawn underneath the Kerbal Space Program heading. Kerbal Applications, where you can apply to have your own very own personal Kerbal join the game to be sent out on missions, gain experience, the whole thing, as well as a mission proposal tab. In that chat channel, you can apply or propose missions that we do within relative or within relevance of where we are technologically and fund wise in the game. But those will be will saved, and we'll go over them, and hopefully we can get through most of them by the end of the streams. And also every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. we'll be revisiting Kerbal, and we'll be continuing this this stream every Saturday morning. As I found that this one was the best or the most well received out of all of the videos that I've done for Saturday morning, and I really want to. Everyone seemed to enjoy it, so I want to maintain that enjoyment, but also get everyone involved. All right, so we're in the atmosphere again. Let's observe the mystery goo. Let's get that. Let's get that barometric temperature, barometric pressure temperature sensor going. Temperature again. It's upper atmosphere. We want to wait until we get a little bit lower. Doing well. Slowing down. Ooh, 36-hour flight. That is long. All right, let's see if this log temperature. We're flying over the water, so that's good. Log that pressure. So we've already done that. Let's do a crew report. There we go. So under this perspective, you can see the underwater topography. I don't know. I can't really see anything, but maybe they see something we don't. We're doing well. We're slowing down. Check a look at that contract. So we finished that contract. We got lots of nice funds for that. We got a bit of reputation, some science. That's all good. Fantastic. This is very successful missions. Fantastic space agency. I think we're going to go far. Who knows? Maybe we'll get to Duna before SpaceX or NASA does. And we are under 2,000, so I'm going to launch the parachute. Make sure that slows us down before we hit the water at breakneck speeds. Bob is still looking good. Here, that was, oh no, that was Bill. Sorry, Bill is still looking good. And now we are 150 meters above the water. Let's speed up a bit just so we don't have to waste our time watching. And touchdown. All right, fantastic. Do a little EVA for Bill there. Let's do a EVA report. I guess we don't really need that one. Let's take all the data, store it all, enter, do another crew report. No, that's already been done before since we've done that already. All right, so I think we are good. Let's recover the vessel. Already used up all my sciences, but I think we've already got a lot of science from everything we have from the last splashdown that we did. They're dark, so not to worry. We've got that science. All right, so let's see what we got here. We got 10.8 science from the pressure scan of the upper atmosphere. That's not as good or great as in space, but that's still pretty good. So all in all, our science is good. We got another 39.5 science earned. Means we can unlock another tech tree part. Fantastic. We got a lot of our funds back. So we have 232,000 funds. Maybe we can upgrade a part of the space center. And Bill has gained experience point. All is very good. We got some debris on the launch pad. Interesting. Let's recover that. We can get some more funds for that. All right. Take a look around. Okay, it looks like we got some more debris over here. So let's recover that as well. Anything we recover will be increasing our funds as we can use a lot of these parts. You know, we want to recycle, be green, try to be as best we can. Let's take a look at the research and development. We have enough science to go to get aviation. Is that what everyone still wanted? We can do flight control, general construction, or advanced rocketry. So advanced rocketry will give us new boosters, some more fuel tanks. General construction will give us some more housing for more crew. Launch stability enhancer. Avionics will give us the ability to create planes. Flight control will give us a bit more stability. And then we don't have enough experience at the moment to get either space exploration, miniaturization, or electronics. So we can either hold off on one of those three, or we can train now or research one of these four. Let me know in the chat what you guys would like us to research. Flight control, aviation, general construction, advanced rocketry, or save. Save it for the next tier. Anyone? Nothing? All right. Well then, I think we will we'll go with aviation. Oh, planes. Okay, so we got Shav says planes. All right, we'll do planes then. We'll get that. It gives us a little bit more option to do stuff. It will increase our ability to get more aerodynamics, or we can get landing. So we got more heat shields. We got more landing struts. Launch escape system, which will save our lives in the future. That's really good. Landing gear too. All right, so. Oh, Giovanni, that's quite all right. We are all noobs here. We are exploring together. All right, so now that we have a decent amount of funds, let's look at increasing or researching one of these places. So if we leveled up our launch pad for 50,000 funds, we would increase our weight from 18 tons to 140 tons. It's a huge jump up. We still haven't reached that 18 tons though, so whether or not it's required right now, that's we don't know. And the max vessel size will increase to 36 meters from 20, so we get another 16 meters on top of that, taller. It's not a bad idea. That 140 tons is huge, so that might be very worth getting. Let's see what else we got. Tracking station. That one's 150,000. Nice seeing you, Epic. It's always been a pleasure. Glad we can get you in space. Probably do another mission with you next stream. So yeah, check back in. See you next week. So the tracking station, we have 150,000, and that will allow us to get patched conics visible on the map, as well as our max DSN power. So that's the power that our space center puts out for all of our controlling our unmanned spacecraft or relaying stuff back to Kerbin. Goes from 2 Gs to 50 Gs. That's huge. We'll have a bigger range to have unmanned vehicles without having to put satellites in orbit. That's good. But that is quite expensive, and we aren't really going very far in space just yet. So I don't know how much we need that. Our vehicle assembly center, 225,000. That's basically all of our money. So I don't think we can afford that one. But it increases our part count substantially. So right now we can only do a maximum of 30 parts. The next stage, get 255. So I think we should save up for this one. And the launch pad. Those are the two so far that are looking the biggest. Our mission complex, we want to get more contracts. So that's not too bad. Right now we are still working on those, so that's not too bad. We don't really need that. Space plane hangar. Well, we aren't really using it just yet, so we don't need that. Astronaut complex. So we can have up to 12 active Kerbals. We might just need this, but I might just mod it so that way we aren't having to sink money into having everyone being able to be with us. So I'm not gonna pay for that one just yet. We don't really need EVAs just yet, and we don't really need to place flags just yet, so we can hold off on that. Our research center, so our research science limit is 100. So I'm guessing that's the if we want to be able to get anything past the next tier, we're gonna have to unlock this. So we don't need it just yet, but we will need it eventually. And then lastly, the administration building, which we're not really using. Hey, Tim. Welcome. Glad you can make it. We are currently just deciding what we want to increase or build for our space center. So since we can't really build the vehicle assembly building, I think we should upgrade the launch pad. What do you guys think? Do you think we should increase that launch pad? It's only 50,000 upgrade, and it's gonna substantially. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. All right. So yeah, then you know what? Let's do the launch pad. Let's get that up. Oh yeah. Okay. So that looks really nice. Look at that. That's a nice upgraded launch pad. Now we can have 140 tons worth of spaceship, and it's going to be 36 meters tall maximum now. So that's pretty good. Uh, they are still small, but it was a very cheap upgrade. The mission terminal, we haven't, we have contracts, but we are working our way through them. We haven't gotten to the point where we desperately need more than 2, so that's not too bad. We can get that one on the next one. I think the next is our vehicle assembly building. We need to get those extra parts because we're going to hit that cap pretty soon, especially with all the stuff that we need to keep these guys alive. Yeah, exactly, Giovanni. Yeah. So, all right. So we got our research. We got our new launch pad. Yeah, exactly, right? Unlimited power. Unlimited. That's but that will be the Palpatine level launch pad, which we don't need yet. Create maybe some Star Destroyers on there. Okay, so let's check out mission control. Let's see if there's anything new that we can do. We got a bunch of observationals again. We got Ferry 3, some tourist ships. We can haul a flea solid booster into orbit. That one, we could do this one. That one will do that, or we can try and orbit. We can attempt to orbit the all of Kerbin. I think we have enough science and parts to do that. So what do you guys think? We could do both actually. Hello, best around. This is the Alpaca. Glad you can make it. I think you know what we will haul that flea up there, and we'll attempt to orbit Kerbin all on once. We'll do that. So let's check out that vehicle assembly building. Let's build up our ship here. So let's see. So that flea booster, let's see, where is it? Flea. There it is. Oh, that's Juno. That's not it. Flea solid rocket booster. So we need to bring that up with us. We want to plop that up at the top, so that way we can actually bring it up there. We'll take out all of the thrust and all of the solid fuel because we're not going to be using it. We're literally just bringing it up there. You want to be a flea? Oh, Chaos, you stay away with those PDFs. Thank you so much for appreciating the stream. I appreciate that. That is true. We do need more fuel to be able to get up there. I agree. Yes. So we will want to increase more of these fuel tanks. I really don't want to make this thing too long, just because it's going to make us, give us more issues for launching. In fact, actually, one thing we could do is we could get rid of that entirely and put those 2 guys on the side. Do we have those radial decouplers yet? We do. Perfect. All right, so that's going to work out. So we got our larger fuel. Oh, Oh, those are liquid fuel tanks. Those are just liquid. The oxidizer as well. So let's open this up. Not there. Let's get that out. We'll get 2 more of these, and we'll plop that there. So that will be our full stage that kind of gets us up into orbit, and then with our flea there. So now what we'll want to do is we want to get our radial decouplers. We're going to put those on the side here. We're going to get 2 of them. Like that. And we will put our larger solid rocket boost on the side. There you go. Just like so. What do you think, guys? Do you think that's a bit too much, or should we go with the smaller ones? We can go with 2 smaller ones on the sides here. That still increases how much we had, but it'll just make it a bit less unwieldy. I think that might be better, actually. I don't want to go too crazy yet. Yeah, I'm not sure how well we'd like that, but you know what? It is a good idea. So maybe we'll take this. We'll do the thrust to like 9 or 10, something small. And then we'll increase the fuel just enough to be able to deorbit us. That means I'm going to need another decoupler there to decouple from those stages and allow us to get that thing to deorbit us. So we have no, Giovanni. That will eliminate any need for explosions, right? If we know exactly how much we need, then there's no trial and error, there's no fun, and there's no risk of explosions, and that's not fun at all. We gotta make this difficult for us. Anyways, one thing we can always do is do the math ourselves. Yay, man! Okay, let's get this. No, we don't want 4. We want 2. No, we want 2. There we go. Drop that down. Click that there. A little bit lower. Ooh. There we go. Ooh, not even on the ship anymore. Probably bring that up a bit. Right there. We'll just do that. All right. I'll bring up a little bit more fuel. 42. I don't want too much weight though. That's the problem. I don't want to have too much weight on this ship. I want to be able to get it up there. The flea is very inefficient right there, but we don't need that much thrust. Just enough to turn us around. Right. So let's see. What else do we want here? We want nose cones. Make that aerodynamic. Okay, that's looking pretty good so far. So we got all this. There is a movement tool at the top left corner. Yes, thank you. I completely forgot about that. I'm so used to. Oh, don't even. This ship is purely scientific. There is nothing dirty about it. Don't give me that. So I think since we have a little bit more, well, no, that's a little bit too big. Don't need those. I was gonna say let's put on some tail fins, but that's a tail fin, not a winglet. What I was thinking it was. Okay, is there anything else we need? We got the sensors, we got that. Put that back to where it was because I want that there. Got all of our science still here. We can bring a science junior up. That's adding a little bit much, but no, you know what? We can't EVA, and I don't really want to bring that back down with us. That's quite heavy. I'd like to be able to transfer it into the storage unit. Can't do that unless we're EVA. So we won't bring that science junior up just yet. Got our nothing else there. All right, I think we're good. I think we have everything we need. So this is our new style ships. This is the ASA-4. Or you know what? Yeah, because this is much different than the last one. So we'll do that. Keep this there. Let's check out our staging. Oh man, that sucks, and Tim. Make sure you whack them down with the band hammer. Exactly. Very good shape for penetrating the atmosphere. It's just gonna slide right in there. Yeah, I know. It is a bit long, but I do want to get that. Maybe we'll just drop down one fuel tank just to make it a little bit shorter, a little bit better there. All right, so let's save that. Check our staging. So we want to launch with these first. We want to decouple them. We not want to decouple. We want to launch this. There we go. So solid rocket boosters, radial decouplers, liquid fuel booster or liquid fuel yeah, boost. Stage decoupler, flea decoupler, parachute. All right, you're looking good. So let's save that. Let's take a look at the crew. I think, guys, what do you guys think? Should we have Jack get him into orbit? I think that would be a nice thing for Jack. Yeah, and he's a pilot. I mean, we will need a pilot to get ourselves in orbit. So let's give Jack the mission here. So let's get that orbital insertion. Hey, hello, Darth Tryon. How are you? And let's save this, and we go to the launch pad. Hopefully this will work, because it would be nice to get a stable orbit insertion and return just before we end the stream. So let's see, everything is good, nothing's going wrong. Look at that lovely new launch pad that we just purchased. It is absolutely fantastic. I'm really liking that. So, all right, so let's throw on our RCS, our stabilizers, everything is. Oh no, don't worry, I know you're late. We're going to be doing a stream every Saturday of Kerbal, as it was the biggest hit so far. I just kind of want to maintain that, and I had a lot of fun doing the last ones. All right, so orbital insertion, we going up, hit about 10K, we're starting our roll burn, and then entering into orbital insertion. So T minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. All right, we are penetrating the sky as we speak. Well, everything's looking good. We are increasing nicely, lots of thrust. Lots of thrust, doing well. All right, so we're gonna start to roll this a bit. We'll jettison those two. All right, stage 1 is complete. We'll enter in, start up the, no sticky keys, no. We'll start liquid fuel booster, start to get into our turn here, increasing our speed slightly. Going so good, doing so well so far. Let's take a look at that contract, because we want to bring that flea up into orbit, so make sure that that's going to do it. We're going to increase the speed to get just a bit more stable with this angle of incline. We're looking good. It is really nice here. Good, stable ship. It's really easy to do at the moment. So we are still hauling that flea booster up. Getting a little bit faster than I want, so let's just decrease this back down. I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves and waste all of our fuel. So we're going at good speed right now, good acceleration. Let's keep that up. So I'm going to jump over the map. Let's take a look at what we got here. So we're almost up in space. There's 80. All right, so let's cut our engines, and we'll just slowly drift up into it. So I think that flee, unfortunately, didn't really work out. We should have maintained that speed, so we'll have to do another flight for that. But I do want to get that that orbit, so we'll focus on that. Getting close there. So once we get to about 80, 83 kilometers up, we'll aim in our trajectory axis and then change some delta V there, get us going. Insert our orbital. I think we're not going to have enough fuel to be able to get a full orbit, fortunately, but definitely a learning experience for the next one. What we need to add in. Let's see, is there anything that we can do up here in space? So we can get some more goo. We do any more pressure scans? No, we've already got that. Any temperature scans? We've already got that. Crew report, can we do that? No. All right, so we've gained a lot of science, but we've kind of capped out for where we are in low Earth or low Kerbal orbit. We'll have to just keep on going, keep on chugging. We'll have to land at a few different interesting places on Kerbal to get ourselves some more science. Maybe even build a plane, fly around Kerbal, explore some of the mountain ranges, or even get to that center island. That'd be interesting. Maybe we'll aim for that next one. Yep, so we're pointing for the horizon. All right, and engaging. Get more thrust here. Hopefully this is enough. I don't think it will be. No, it's not going to be. Darn. All right, so you know what? Let's couple that, and we're going to use the flea. Come on, flea. Go, 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 flea. No, I don't think it's going to be enough fuel to get us. Yeah, we'll definitely need more. More boosters, more fuel. But all in all, it's not too bad. Got most of the way there. All right, so let's decouple that. Very nice. Successful decouple. We'll spin this around. Turn off stability. Get ourselves kind of doing a nice little spin there to keep us in trajectory. Yeah, it was a very good concept test. We just need a bit more power. We need to maybe take away that flea to get rid of it. We'll focus on that as a separate task for another one. That means it will save us more mass, which we can add with more fuel to get up into space, and maybe even cut down on the amount of liquid fuel that we use and increase a bit more for the solid boosters. Get that ratio in better. There's that too. Yeah, the flea flamed out prematurely. Well, Giovanni, we can't do a spare staging on solid rocket boosters, though it is a good idea. We just we haven't researched the fuel lines yet. So that's later on. But as soon as we have the ability to, yes, definitely, spare staging will be far more efficient for us. Nope, don't worry, Kazim. We are not stuck in orbit. We actually never made it to orbit. Just almost got there, but not quite. We needed more fuel, so it was a good concept test. We are suborbital, so we are slowly degrading. We will be landing on the other continent, on the dark side. Actually, it almost looks like, no, we'll be in the water again. It looks like, yeah. Well, that's okay. That is okay. So let's just increase the speed a bit. Get us back into the atmosphere. So as I was saying before, we have this kind of rotation is one thing that the Saturn rockets actually did, and some of the Geminis as well, to alleviate heat on their heat shield from burning into one specific place. By having a slight orbit or a rotation, it allows all parts to equally heat up and then not just specifically focus on one or two sides. So our plasma trails are entering in now. Very nice. So far, so good. We are slowing down. A little disconcerting not being able to see where we're going, but no, that's what we do. I've always loved these plasma trails. It just looks so nice. The effect that they've done for it, and I like the fact that the heat shield degrades. That's a nice thing right here. But our heat shield, the blade of armor, is working fantastically. We're not going to have to worry about it, and we're slowing down substantially, down to 1,000 meters per second. All right, so we're getting subsonic now. We are still 16,000 meters above the water, so we are still good to slow down enough for this chute to open up. Getting there. All right, so now it is safe to open our chute, though I don't want to do it just yet because that means we'll have to float down all 11,000 meters very, very slowly. It takes a lot of time. So we'll open the chute once we get closer to 2,000. That is sea level, and we are landing on the sea. I mean, barely just see it, but over here, if I kind of turn this on a bit of an angle, you kind of see the land's over here, an island over here, but we are definitely in the water right there. And 4,000. All right, so let's pop the chute now. I don't want to get too fast. Giovanni, no, I did not hear about the KSP review bomb. But you know what? I frankly don't care. Just because of the fact that KSP is so awesome. I don't care what they're looking at. You know, if they can take anything they want from my computer, KSP is absolutely fantastic. And that, I mean, everyone in the world snoops on somebody for something. So it is what it is. It's the nature of being a global economy with and being on the internet. Just take it with a grain of salt and move on, right? You don't want to miss out on games like this. All right, so we are almost touching down and sploosh. Very nice. Very nice indeed. All right, so we've already got everything else sorted out. We don't need to do any science here. We can just get in the water, but everything else, I think. Aha, okay, so we can do a temperature scan. I didn't get a temperature scan of the water, it looks like. Or the pressure. Interesting. I thought we had those before. I guess not. We did that. Okay, so yeah, fantastic. All right, so let's recover the vessel. We got our science, not a whole lot. We got 11 in total. We got all of our parts back, so we're up to 200,000 funds again. And we didn't get any experience because we didn't do anything new. Sorry, Jack, maybe next time. All right, so as it stands, we're sitting at 200,000 funds. We're in positive for reputation, and we got 29.4 science. Upgraded the launch pad, and I think we're doing fantastic. Let's take a look at the flagpole here. Zoom in enough. Let's see how. Can't do that. I think there's another flagpole over by the. You can only just see it right down there in the corner. See the Intrepid Dawn's logo flying strong in the flag. And actually, let's just. Yeah, I don't want to do anything there yet. But yeah, it is there. Okay. Well, I think this is a good spot for us to end it. Just a reminder that to be sure to join our Discord. Post your applications, get those in. Then you can have your own Kerbal. You can join us on the next stream and actually participate in the in the different missions that we'll be having. So make sure you get those in. I'll add them all in. We're also accepting mission proposals, so get those in too. Yeah, we wanna hear good, well-versed missions, and then depending on the science, the funds, and how far we've progressed in the game, we'll try to get as many of those done as possible. So just make sure you guys get those in. Let's keep active on that. I think that'll be a huge bonus to the stream. And then we'll choose for the progression for our agency in the next episode. Make sure. Make sure. Oh, thank you, Ken. Yeah, it's a fantastic game. We'll be doing live streams for Kerbal Space Program every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We go for about 2 hours every time. It is possible there, Ken. You can donate. It is towards Intrepid Dawn. I'm the Alpaca. The Intrepid Dawn is a joint venture with Tim Katarn. I'm a guest streamer on his site or on his channel. So it's the Saturday mornings with the Alpaca every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We go for about 2 hours. Join next week for another Kerbal stream. We'll be doing this consistently. And yeah, so thank you all for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And see you all in verse.